My name is Thomas. I'm the Joint Director for Sales at Orange County Resorts in India.
Well, at ITB, it's a busy show for you.
Oh, it definitely is. We've been here for the last 11 years, and it's always delivered for us. It's a big focus exhibition for us, and we get a lot of our inbound business through ITB.
Now, this year has added focus as well because you've got two new properties that you're opening up. Can you tell us about your first one in Humpy?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, but Hampi is the center for the Vijayanagara kingdom, and there's a lot of interest in Hampi from the European tourists, and we are coming up with a new property in Hampi. We expect to start construction in a month and a half, and finish construction within a year and a half. Yes, and it's going to be built on a traditional palace theme. So the Vijayanagara kingdom is known for their grandeur and their palaces. So we try to give as much an experience of that destination as possible, and that's how we plan to do our Hampi project.
And in terms of beauty and history, it's a rival to Taj Mahal, the region.
Oh, definitely. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's the biggest open-air museum in the world. It's not just as well marketed as the Taj, and I really believe that it's got as much history, if not more, than the Taj. And we expect a lot of inflow from our foreign guests into Hampi. Yes.
Now, south of Goa as well, you also have another project underway.
Yes, we do have a project underway south of Goa in a place called Karwar. Again, we try to go to destinations that are not as well exploited or as well marketed. So Karwar is one such place. It's an idyllic beach location, and we plan to have a fisherman village kind of resort because Karwar is known for the fishermen, their life. So we try to give our guests as much an experience of that fisher folk life. So all our rooms will be built on stilts overlooking the sea. So one of our brand deliverables is experiential tourism, and we try to give as much an experience of the destination as possible.
And that was reflected at World Travel Awards, your efforts to give tourists a kind of authentic experiential experience.
Yes.
Can you describe how you go about achieving that?
Sure. Yeah, we've always had a focus on giving experiential tourism. We've believed that a guest who's coming all the way, flying thousands of miles, is also looking, in addition to a great room and a great setting, is looking to learn as much as the destination as possible. So in line with that, our current properties in Coorg and Kabini, all our activities are geared towards greater understanding of the destination, and we've been putting in so much efforts. We've been investing heavily. So, in fact, in Hampi, we plan to have a group of possibly archaeologists who are going to take our guests into the ruins and try to explain to them about the history and the significance of the kingdom. So we constantly do that with every resort that we try to bring about.
Now, India, it's very much a country that's on the rise economically, and also tourism in terms of the inbound tourists that are coming into India.
Okay.
You know, you think India, you think the Taj Mahal, perhaps the Himalayas, but it's also home to an incredible array of wildlife that's on a par with Kenya. You know, the tigers, and that was reflected in you winning India's leading wildlife resort at World Travel Awards. Can you describe a bit about the wildlife that's on offer in your area?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, so when a foreign guest thinks of India, he probably thinks about the Taj. There's so much. Taj is probably 20% of India, and that area, the Delhi, Jaipur. There's so much wildlife to be explored. In fact, further down south where we are situated, it's the Nilgiri biosphere. It's about 2,300 square kilometers of very protected forest, and we have the highest density of tiger population anywhere in India. In Nagarhole. And it actually, the wildlife experiences that we try to offer at Kabini is comparable to Africa or comparable to any other place where you go and have a wildlife, where you try to look at and have a wildlife experience. So in line with that, yeah, we have our property right next to the Nagarhole Wildlife Resort, and we've been accorded India's leading wildlife resort award, and we are hoping for a world award to recognize us globally this time, and we're hoping for the best on that, yes.
World Travel Awards, it's the first time ever its grand finals can be hosted in Gurgaon in December 2012. It must be a good reflection of how India as a continent, as a country is evolving.
Yeah, the last time it was held in India, it was held 2 years back at the Claridges, and it was the Asian edition. We're really excited to know that they're going to be holding their world edition in Gurgaon, and the Oberoi in Gurgaon is a fabulous property. And yes, it's just a testament of the kind of development we're seeing in India, the kind of infrastructure we're going to see in India, and the kind of arrivals we are definitely going to see going forward in India.
Okay, Thomas, thank you for joining us at ITB.